And the fact that you went to the Trump Tower meeting, after he was elected, gives you, I think, standing to then level criticisms when they're warranted, because you demonstrated at least a willingness to engage productively with him, right? And according to many people, that made you intrinsically evil as well.
If we're not willing to have conversations with people who we don't agree with, or people who we don't like, or people who are on the quote-unquote other side, how do we ever make progress in this country? How do we ever bring about change? If we only sit in rooms and talk with people who we agree with, then the possibility for progress is non-existent.
What's your recollection now of that meeting? Like, did it bear any fruit in terms of actual policy being implemented? Did it seem like, does it seem like in hindsight it was a worthwhile thing?
Yeah, I think it's always a worthwhile thing to create the space for that conversation in the hopes that it does spur positive change. That meeting was specifically about foreign policy. It was about ending the regime change war in Syria and tackling the threat of terrorism in groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. And my reason for taking that meeting was to try to get in and hopefully provide some positive influence. It was less than 2 weeks after the election that we met, before the neocons like John Bolton came in and took hold and
Elliot Abrams.
Yeah, exactly. So look, I'm disappointed that ultimately, time and time again, Trump has chosen to surround himself with Bolton and Abrams and Pompeo, a lot of people who have a long history of continuing to beat these war drums as they are now, and trying to get the United States to intervene and get involved with countries like Venezuela and go to war with Iran and all the things that are happening right now that don't serve our interests, that don't serve the interests of the American people.